I'm Melvin. I'm currently a teacher. I'm employed by Jefferson County School System. I'm a teacher at Centerpoint High School. I teach career tech at Centerpoint High School. I'm also a student at Jacksonville State University, and this is my action research course, IO 510, instructed or advised by Dr. William Kaiser. I decided to do my research paper on reading or increasing reading comprehension for ninth grade students at my high school. This year I had an opportunity doing faculty training or faculty meetings. One of the topics that continuously came up was the fact that we had so many students at our high school that were struggling in reading, and it was causing problems not only in their English classes but also in the history classes, the math classes. And so what we've come to realize, and I as a teacher, have not being a reading teacher, I've come to realize the importance and how reading influences so many of our students. And so therefore I decided to do my research for this project on reading or improving reading comprehension for ninth grade students. And I want to just so doing this video or this presentation, I want to take about 5 minutes to talk to you about my project and the results, or what we would hope the results to be. And as some of the discussion topics that I will be discussing during this video is, of course, the problem, the statement of hypothesis, the definitions, the action plan, the review of literature, and the references. And then I'll do a short or quick summary. And as I said, start talking about the problem. One of the things that I started, as I started to develop my plan or my proposal, I started thinking about some of the problems that I and other teachers, as I consulted with other teachers, some of the things that we talked about, and some of the things that I thought that my research may show that we needed or a problem at our school. And of course, some of the barriers or the problems I think that contributes to students not reading. And of course, as I developed my plan, I started thinking about these things here. And some of the things was individual students' pace of learning. One of the things that I realized that was going to be a problem, because since we were talking about all ninth grade students at Centerpoint High School in the ninth grade, or eighth grade students coming to the ninth grade, we had that. As I did my research, I looked at, there were 199 students, incoming ninth grade students coming to Centerpoint High School. And as we looked at the data, reviewed the data, we realized out of the 99, there were only 24 students who actually met the criteria that we set, and we wanted them to score at least a 16. So of the 199 students, only 16 met that goal. So we started thinking about, if we're going to put this plan in place, that we had to start thinking about each student, or coming up with a plan that will allow all the students to be able to work at their own pace. Another barrier or problem that we realize is that we understand that all teachers at the high school, at Centerpoint, do not have the knowledge to teach reading, and so therefore we knew that would be a problem for us also for this research. So one of the things we decided, or as I did, is I started consulting with the reading literacy teacher. And some of we decided that what we would do is offer training or provide training for all our teachers here, not only the content teachers, but all the teachers here at the high school, to try to help them with some of the things in terms of incorporating reading assignments and all some of the other things that we wanted or that I proposed in my plan. So we felt that would help us in terms of to reach our goal. We started talking about some of the federal mandates on as far as accountability for teachers. We talked about No Child Left Behind, and I pulled some good data from that, and some of the things that we thought we could incorporate into our into the plan. Lack of access to learning resources outside the classroom. We also knew that that would be a problem for our students, because most of our students, we understood, did not have access to the necessary tools. And then lack of collaboration between middle and high school teachers. We understood that the teachers, we don't have a very good relationship with the teachers at the middle school, so therefore we decided to invite them over and start talking about some things to try to develop a better relationship with those teachers in the middle school. The statement of hypothesis is ninth grade students who are reading below the standard reading level transitioning to Center Point High School will be assigned specialized strategies using vocabulary as a component for reading comprehension and enhancement to help improve reading scores by the end of the ninth grade. Benchmark assessments will be administered every 9 weeks to monitor progress. And we talked about the definitions. We talked about, of course, ARMT, annual yearly progress, AYP. We talked about we need to know, well, ninth grade students, who would be considered ninth grade students, so we got that developed. And then we talked about the benchmark, or the benchmark test that each students, and then of course the graduation exam for those students who are still required to take that. And again, transitioning year is those students who are coming to Center Point, and vocabulary enhancement, as I said earlier. My action plan talked about, that's what we developed and had it going back as to, for the entire year, starting in August, as to what we were doing as far as ARI training and professional development, and doing all the things that to help teachers get involved, and to have a collaboration between all teachers, all departments, regardless whether you're a content teacher or anybody else teaching. And then the reviewer literature is some of the ones that we talked about. MOTE is when older students can't read. SEDITA, what every educator and parent should know about reading, some of the things that I reviewed and had some very good information. SEDITA, again, content literacy and the Common Core. No Child Left Behind. And then reciprocal teaching improves standardized reading comprehension performance in poor comprehenders. A very, very good article. Some very, very good information. And Camille, effective classroom intervention practices. Some things that we're going to be providing and sharing with all the teachers to try to improve reading in ninth grade students. And of course, my references, again, as I just talked about, MOTE, SEDITA, those articles and where they're located. And then the U.S. Department talking about No Child Left Behind. And then the last one, of course, talking about teaching to improve standardized reading comprehension performance in poor comprehenders. Very, very good. One of the things I'd like to say is that during the process, one of the things that I was really, things that I learned, and some of the things that I'll be sharing with some of my teachers and some of the staff here, the principal's been very receptive of my plan, and as I shared it with him, he and the curriculum teacher really wants me to get involved. And again, as I said, I'm Melvin Bowers, and just to summarize some of the things that we talked about during this presentation, it's about reading. And if we can improve our students' reading, then what we'll do is, because the importance of reading, how it's going to affect our students not only in high school, but throughout life, we're hoping that that's going to be the results of our ninth graders as they move to 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade, and then on to college. I thank you for attending my presentation. Thank you.